bumper music can only mean one thing. We're continuing on our tour of the top selling artists in the United States in terms of unit sales. And today, the Eagles. The Eagles were one of my favorite all-time groups, especially back when I was younger. I just enjoyed their music. I had no idea all the turmoil that was going on behind the scenes. Each band member was individually a top performer, and when they were together, they created magic. In another show, I discussed how the human brain processes music. And maybe sometimes you can recall a song or a line from years and years earlier. Well, the Eagles were expert at timeless hooks and memorable lines. There's a whole generation of people to whom you could say, standing on a corner, and they'd be hardwired to respond in Winslow, Arizona. Or you can check out anytime you like, and the response would be, but you can never leave. That's how deeply the Eagles' lyrics impacted a generation. When you listen to the song Hotel California, I often wonder, how can someone write lyrics that brilliant? As someone who tries their best to write the best lyrics possible, I can only marvel at the incredible wordcraft in that song. Hotel California is only one example that the Eagles had. They had many songs with similar lyric writing brilliance. Don Henley and Glenn Frey formed the Eagles' main songwriting tandem. In 1972, after they'd recorded their debut studio album, Frey and Henley decided that they should write some songs together. And within a day or two, Desperado and also Tequila Sunrise was done during that very, very first week of their collaborating. As I did with the other top artists, I'll ask, what made the Eagles top sellers? Well, like the Beatles, Garth Brooks, and Elvis, they created music which blended genres together. In the Eagles' case, it was pop with rock and some disco. The song One of Those Nights is a song which does that. No one else was doing that. They wrote pop songs that captured the mood of the 70s more than any other American band. They left the counterculture 60s behind, but they kept the drugs and sex and used it in some of the lyrics like Peaceful Easy Feelin' and Hotel California. So they appealed to old hippies as well as the younger crowd of that day. Their unique sound, their strong instrumentation and songwriting abilities have earned them fourth all-time at 120 million units sold. Over the past few shows, I've looked at the very top artists based on sales. Next week, though, I'll come back to my own genre, acoustic country music, or at least one closely related to it, in bluegrass, and discuss a few of the top artists of today in that genre.
I wonder what Paul's featured song is today on Soundthreads. Paul, what have you got for us?
The song today is called Sam Buck. Sam Buck's a fictional account of a gambler who gets caught up in gambling and he's unable to get free of it.
Samuel Buck woke up in an ice cold sweat. Sleepy eyes snapped open as he got dressed. He used to have the world in tow, but how to pay back all he owed, Sam Buck just didn't know. His day began like all the rest. Luck was due, he'd gamble his last cent. Today his ship would sail on in. He picked a horse named Money's Thin. Sam Buck needed one big win. He pawned his car and debts were coming due, but the devil's tug upon him grew and grew. For 2 long years, Sam had losing picks. Now he owed some mobsters really big. Around the town they were known. Easy money, but then you owed them. Sam Buck's burden, a gangster's gold. The racetrack was muddy that fateful day. Money's thin, lost big, Sam sulked away. A gang of toughs in a big red van jumped him when he turned and ran. Sam D. Buck disappeared, man. Some say he hid then ran away. To others an old landfill was his fate. Never heard or seen again by his family or his friends, as if Sam Buck had never been. The urban legend would grow and grow. Was Sam alive? Was he a ghost? The answer remains unclear, but townsfolk claim he does appear. None can tell you when or where. He pawned his car and debts were coming due. The devil's tug upon him grew and grew.
Last week was about Freddie and Britt, and today, what is going on in the musical world of Freddie Spaghetti?
Most weekdays, Freddie's routine is the same. He goes to work, comes home, relaxes on the couch, then he plays the guitar. Some of the time he plays along with a song that's caught his attention. Other times, he'll try to play a song differently from the original artist. One Saturday, Britt was away with her parents at a family reunion, so earlier that Saturday morning, Freddie worked overtime, got some extra pay, and now he's back at the apartment. He slumps back on the couch, a sandwich in one hand, a guitar pick in the other. He's feathering his cell phone, but none of the songs interest him, none at all. He's mastered Crossroad Blues and Blank Space. He keeps thinking about what to do next. What do I do next? The television's on, but he can't be bothered searching for a show. Besides, the TV is so repetitive. The weather's mild, there's an election in a few months, blah, blah, blah. The Yankees are in the middle of a homestand, and the big question is whether their manager will be fired. His mind's not on any of that. He's thinking about what his mom had said about writing a song. How hard can this be? Freddie rests the guitar on the arm of his couch and heads into the bedroom. As he rifles through the closet, he finds an old notebook he had kept around just in case. And this, most certainly, is a just-in-case moment. Fred Barton Jr. is about to embark on the creation of a brand new, all-original song, his song. He grabs a pen, sits back down on the couch. With the pen in one hand and holding the guitar neck in the other, he wonders aloud what he should write about. Should it be a drinking song? Maybe a love song? Nah, both are overdone. He wants to create something that will stand out, something spectacular. He stares at the paper while furiously clicking the cam button of his pen with his thumb. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. I know, Freddie blurts out loudly as if someone's actually in the room and listening. A long pause. No, not another train song. His eyes wander around that small room and notice that the TV set is sitting on one of those old decorative mantle units. As the guy on TV blathers on about the Yankees, Freddie notices some plastic flowers sitting on the mantle, each side of the TV set. His mom gave them to him. and although they're not real, she said they served a visual balance for the TV set. He rarely even noticed them. They're just kind of there. But on this late afternoon, Freddie's eyes suddenly become locked on those plastic flowers. Hi, it's Paul Ryan here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me here on Sound Threads. I hope you enjoyed the show and hope you'll join me next week for another edition of Sound Threads.